Welcome to Board Game Empire. We're going to be showing you a quick overview and review of Fromage. So this is currently a Kickstarter game.
Yeah, although I think it's the last day. So by the time we put out this video, it's already been kickstarted and finished.
But you can check. We will put the link there to their Kickstarter. But basically, this is a worker placement game where you are basically aging different cheeses, collecting resources, and trying to collect the most prestige points to win the game. So the mechanics are pretty cool on this. You have each player starts with 15 cheese slices and 3 different cheeses in their color, which are the soft, hard. I think the white is the soft cheese. Let's see. Yes. Soft cheese, which is the white one. Hard cheese, which is the yellow. And the blue cheese, which is obviously blue. So when you're placing your, I remove the ones from here because I'm going to show you the insert here in a moment. But when you place your cheese on the board, you're going to play on the section right in front of you. So in a 2-player game, you play across from each other. Your opponent will be playing off that one, and you'll be playing off this one, and you'll be rotating the board each round. So you'll constantly be playing on the next section. So the strategic part of that is you could see these cheeses in this board are all facing different ways. So you collect, it's basically considered aged when the cheese is facing you and the board is turned. So let's see, let me find one. So say I've got that cheese right there. And you have to match the cheese slice. So this is a yellow hard cheese. This one is blue. I'd have to put the blue cheese worker on there. So when this board flips next round, you could see Anthony's piece has one facing him, so he gets to retrieve that worker, and that cheese stays there. You don't remove the cheese. That's considered aged, so it's worth points at the end of the game. I have one facing me, so I remove my worker, and that will get me more points at the end of the game.
Another thing I want to add to, the reason you want to do the aging process is because some of the recipes require like 1 to several months of aging to pretty much complete the recipe, and the recipes are in-game bonuses.
Yeah, so like this one, it was a soft cheese that's aged 3 months. So once you complete them, whichever area on the board you completed that recipe card in, you just put it face down under that section on the bottom of your player board. So that's an additional way to earn points at the end of the game. So you're going to be placing your cheese slices and your workers throughout the game, aging them. And the way they age, if it's, I showed you, if it flips, if it only stops here when it's pointing to you, it's aged 1 month, so that would be a bronze. So you can see bronze, silver, and gold, the little tables underneath. The silver takes 2 months to age, so that one you would be able to retrieve your worker when it gets here. And the gold takes 3 months to age, so that would come all the way over here before you retrieve points. However, they're worth more points. Obviously, you get more rewards and things if you do the gold ones. As you can see, you get some bonus items when you get that one. Here you get a berry and a recipe card. Here you get a cow and one of the buildings. So you're going to be using your player board to collect berries in your berry patch here. And then when you use them, there's some cheeses that have a little berry on them, or they'll have a little jar of jam. So you need to take them out of your berry patch and either put them over on the strawberry side, or you would trade it in for one of the jam ones and put it on the jam side. There again, that's another thing that's worth points at the end of the game. You're going to be collecting animals and putting them on this track. Some of them let you collect milk. When you collect the milk, you just keep that on your player board to use it. And that allows you to, because you can only do 1 cheese and 1 resource each round. The milk allows you to do additional cheeses. So if you have enough workers and cheese slices to put over here, I unfortunately didn't have, by the time I was getting the milk or using it or could use it, I didn't have enough cheese slices or workers to ever use those. But I'll show you the other things in just a moment. But you are basically each round putting one cheese slice down if you want and collecting one resource. The way you collect a resource is here in the middle, and this is removable. It allows you to flip it over either side, just randomly place it. If you want to do a resource, it works the same as a bronze, silver, gold. You collect one resource if it ages 1 month, 2 of that resource if you let it age 2 months, and 3 of that resource if you let it age 3. So, and of course you could see that will be changing as the board flips around. So maybe you don't want the buildings, you're waiting for the recipe card, or you collect your worker back as soon as they age. So it works just like the cheese, but you will be just leaving it there till the age, and you don't put a cheese slice in there, you only put the worker in there. So that's a way to collect the resources. And another thing you're collecting are these little buildings to complete your workshop, sheepfold, grooming house, and it gives you additional either points at the end of the game or extra bonuses during the game. You're also, when you're in I'll go over the little areas. There's the festival area. You get points based on where your cheese is placed adjacent to these wilds. And you could see here the adjacent, more you have adjacent, the more points you get. So say if you had something here and here, technically all those would be adjacent because these are considered wild. And before you start the game, there's little inserts that you get to, you pick how many players you're playing either. So for a 1 or 2 player game, you would put that insert in there. Because as you can see, some of them are marked out in a 1 and 2 player game. You don't use those spaces. On the fromagerie, this one, you're just doing this bronze, silver, gold. And based on how many, you're getting prestige points for the more that you have completed, basically. The bistro is based on a completed table. So if you are both of them, you would get 2 points if it's gold. For silver gets 1, gold gets 2. But the table has to be completed for anyone to get any points. So like this one, no one would get points. But each person would get points based on where they're placed on that table. So that's how you get points in the bistro. The villes, or I guess I'm explaining it right. You collect these little trucks depending on the majority of each region. And the more trucks you have, the more points you're going to get because each truck is worth 2 points. That's just in a nutshell on this game. I will say they are tweaking. The rules were a little hard to follow in this game because this is, just the prototype. So we did have a few questions, but Anthony just had surgery, so he's been recovering for the last month. And so,
right now I have a fever. I have a UTI.
Yeah, so he's having some difficulties. So we needed to get this done though. But so we're not able to spend as much time with this game as we normally would because of, but we wanted to get this done for them because their Kickstarter is going right now, and I think we need to send this to someone else. Yeah. So, and
we want to be in good contact with them because we've liked all their games.
So if I got anything wrong, I apologize. We did have to kind of rush through this game, but it is a fun game. I will say that. It was fun. And they did say they're tweaking the rules. We just didn't have time to contact them, and normally that's what we do. We contact them and clarify certain rules, but they are going to be clarifying those type things before the thing's completed. They just needed to get the prototype out. But so if I did get anything wrong, I apologize. That was mostly an overview. That was not a how to play by any means. But so basically you're just placing workers, collecting resources, aging cheese, trying to get the most prestige points. And it's a pretty quick game, like 20, 30 minutes. All along, you're also trying to complete these recipe cards by meeting that criteria. So there's to me, simple mechanics because, I mean, it's a simultaneous game. So you're flipping the board. You both play at the same time. There's no downtime, which is nice. So that makes it a quick game. And then at the end, you count your points. So what did you think of this game?
I really like the design. The wheel, I think, is really cool. I haven't looked at the Kickstarter because I've been sick. I had surgery and then I'm dealing with a fever now. But I do like it. I'm guessing they have more of these that you could place in because those would be cheap and easy to develop. But I like the little cars, all the little pizza, the board's nice and thick. This main board is already, I think, fine-tuned. I think it works very well. It's nice and thick. So everything's like, I would say, retail, like ready and everything. I mean, it's definitely ready for, prime time. But so overall, I really like the design illustration. As far as the replay, high replay because it's a simple 20 and 30 minute game. I would say this is a midweight game. Maybe like a 2 on BGG. I would give it like a 2.3 on the weight because this is actually pretty simple. Just they need to fine tune the rules just a little bit, and then so for me, overall total, I would give this like 8 out of 10. I think this is a really good game, and I could see how they can advance on it and also do more stuff with it. So I think that they will probably come out with more expansions as time goes on because I think this could be a really good game because it's it's easy to set up. It literally takes like 20 minutes or actually less than that, probably 10 minutes. And then also easy to relearn. This is not something that, once you look at it and you play once, it's not that many rules. So, and you simultaneously play. So everyone's playing at the same time. So no one's going to be, waiting or getting bored because someone else is taking a long time to play. So I think this is going to be a very popular game. So overall, just really enjoy this game. And I think it's going to do very well on BGG.
BGG, you mean Kickstarter?
Well, it's really Kickstarter.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Sorry.
I'm talking about the BGG ranking.
Gotcha. Sorry. So I also enjoyed this game. We did enjoy playing it, and if you like worker placement games,
which is one of our favorites.
Yeah, we love worker placement games, and it is the cool little mechanics of turning the board and how you could change the inserts. And like he said, who knows, maybe they may come up with more inserts to switch it up. I don't know, but just very simple mechanics. And the only thing that tripped us up, honestly, on the rules was these up here, how it was kind of vague how those worked once you completed them. So we weren't sure if that meant you couldn't collect on these since one of them has to do with the fromagerie until you have that completed, or if that means you get an additional animal in the fromagerie. So just little simple things like that was the only things that tripped us up. Like the basic mechanics are very easy. It was just some of the bonus things were just needed a little clarification. So the rules other than that are really good. It's easy to follow the book, easy to set up, easy to figure out, you put your worker on top of your cheese. The cheese has to match the colored cheese, on the space you're putting it on. And then, of course, if it requires a berry or a jam, all that was very, very simple to understand. And there's quite a few recipe cards.
One thing with the recipe,
choose from.
Sorry. One thing with the recipe cards, you have to make sure because sometimes they'll say you have to finish it in the bistro or the fromagerie, and so you have to make sure that.
Where does it say that? Do any of them say that they have to be in certain rooms?
I thought one of mine did.
None of mine did, but maybe they have some. I didn't look through all of them.
Huh.
I thought it was just a certain type and certain amount of months.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
See, I was dealing with a fever.
but I would highly recommend this game. I would also give this 8 out of 10. And again, we've not had a chance to look at the Kickstarter, so I don't know what the stretch goals are. And I know it did fund, right? I think it did fund. So, so it's definitely this. If it goes to retail and you didn't get in on the Kickstarter, this would be a great one to check out, because it's just a fun, I would say, kind of filler game, because it doesn't take, and it would be easy to get to the table because it only takes 5 minutes, 10 minutes max to set up, and it would be easy to teach other people. So both of us would highly recommend it. So hopefully you enjoyed this video. Sorry we're a little out of sorts. We are going to get, as soon as Anthony gets over this fever and back to himself, hopefully that will be soon, we will start rolling out videos again. We have so many games. We've had so many games come in while he's basically been bedridden almost for the last month. So, so we've had a lot more games on top of what we already have to recommit. So you will be seeing us do a lot of games, churning them out once Anthony's back up to full health. So again, thank you for your patience. Thank you for sticking with us. Hopefully you're already subscribed to our channel. Feel free to leave a comment. Please give this video a like. Please share it so other people will check out this cool game that will be coming out once the Kickstarter is completed. So thank you again for watching, and we look forward to seeing you next time.